Cadets, this is Lieutenant Hotchkiss here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to roll your BDU sleeves. Now this is primarily for, I believe, the months of April to November, and from November to April you are with sleeves rolled down, just to clarify that. Okay, so first thing, items you'll need. You'll need your BDU jacket, or your BDU blouse, whatever you want to call it. So there's my jacket right there. You need an iron and an ironing table with a cover. Now there's two ways to do this. I'm going to start with this way. This is the ironing way, and this tends to look really good on your jacket. So first thing you need to do is have your sleeve out like this and just basically flatten it down with your hand. Now the patch you really don't have to worry about. You don't iron your patch, so just make sure this is nice, somewhat flat. Next thing you need to do is unbutton this cuff button. Next, take your iron and just iron everything here down. Please excuse my dog. She tends to be really loud, so. Yeah, there she is. Alright, so you're just basically ironing everything down. Now, once you've done that, you can put the thing off to the side. Make sure it's up like this so you don't burn your table. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your cuff and invert it. So on the inside, so looking at it, you should be able to see this color and the inside of it. So next thing is you're going to take your sleeve, just put your hand inside it, just find a way to get your sleeve up. So it's going to be inverted like this. You're just going to pull this all the way up. Now it's going to look messy, but we'll be fixing that later with the iron. Okay. So after you've brought that up, you're going to take this part right here, the camouflage part you can see, all the way up to the bottom of your American flag patch, or if it's on your left side, to the middle of your CAP, Delaware wing patch, whatever, or whatever wing you're from. Alright, so now that you have that, you're going to take your iron and just go over it again. Well, actually, here's what you have to do. You have to take it and just put your thumbs inside here and just kind of pull it. Make sure it's somewhat flat, that way you can get a good iron on it, that you don't iron wrinkles. That's usually never good. So what you do, just take it, go over it. Make sure it's nice and ironed down. It's going to look good. And keep in mind, I said it was going to look messy. This is the part where it doesn't look messy, or as messy. Okay, so once you've done this, once you've done that, you have a nice ironed sleeve, or half sleeve. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this bottom and you're going to invert it again. You're going to have like a second cuff. What you're going to do is you're going to bring that up about that much. So that's probably about 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inch cuff. Just do that. Go over it with the iron. Go over the entire sleeve with the iron. It's probably best if you go over the entire sleeve. Keep in mind, be careful with this iron. If you get burnt, not my fault. Repeat, if you get burnt, not my fault. I warned you once. Don't say I didn't. Alright, so now you have your sleeve with a second cuff. So, actually, you might want to let that cool down because it's really kind of hot. Next thing, take it and invert that cuff again. So, now you have you still have a second cuff, but it's just a little thicker. So iron that down. Make sure it's nice and flat. Let that sit on there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your top sleeve right here. Take your top sleeve, which is right here. See if I can get a better angle on that. Yeah, there we go. And you're just going to roll this over the top of your cuff. So now you have that. And you have almost, repeat, almost successfully rolled up your BDU sleeve. At least this way. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take, just make sure everything's nice and flat. Take your iron, just put it on there for a second, move it around a little bit. Even do this part, just give it a little, little hit. Okay, so now you have that done. What you're going to do is you're going to take your button, your first button, not your second, not your third, but your first. You're going to button it. And there you go. You have successfully rolled up your sleeve. Now, the second way to do this, almost before I forget, what you're going to do, you're going to take this, you're going to flip it over, and it's going to look like this on the other side. You're just going to see the buttons. What you're going to do is just take you might have like a little larger parts, but here's where you just take the iron, post it on there for a bit, you're done. Really not that much, and plus you don't want to get you don't want to burn the buttons, because then you have no buttons for when the sleeves are rolled down or anything. Now, that's one done. Now, the second way to do this is you can just roll it up without even ironing it, and it looks kind of bad. I prefer to roll it up with an iron, but if I don't have the time, then I'll just do it. I'll just do it without the iron. And actually, without the iron, it looks almost exactly like this, only it's kind of wrinkled and stuff like that. Now, when you wear this should come down to, let's see if I can give you an example. It should come down to right where my sleeve is. So here's my elbow right here. It's my elbow bone. It should come down to about here, about a 1/4 inch off your elbow. And it should do that on both sides. If one, I've had this done before, one is past my elbow, one's up here, that's wrong. It's usually the one that, obviously the one that goes past your elbow that you want to fix, not the one that's up here. Okay, so this is Lieutenant Hotchkiss here, just informing you how to do this, and hopefully at the next squadron meeting, or the next squadron meeting that we have our sleeves rolled up, you have them correct. So this is Lieutenant Hotchkiss out of here.